man, we're down this path, and I'm sitting here going, I'm like, it's slightly overwhelming just to see and hear all the things that you've done in such a short period of time, and then you look at it and you go, hey, do you ever think about what you're going to create, what's yet to come? Not just like the next year, but where do you think like 5-10 years from now? Do you think out that far, like I'm going to do this?
I mean, sometimes like it'd be cool, especially. I mean, if I could make money and pay bills, like take care of my family with filmmaking, that would be amazing. But
I'm sure you can.
Well, I mean, I'm sure I could, but it's like, I mean, I work for the state now, so I mean, I've got like the nice, like, you know, I mean, I've got insurance, and like everyone has teeth, and you know, I've got all the good pros. I'm very lucky. I'm a very grateful boy for that, for sure. But I mean, like it would be great just to be able to not have, you know, to not have to have that 9 to 5, to go and just spend time making movies too. But it's also, I'm to the point now where it's like I don't want to be away from my son or my wife that long either. So it's hard, you know.
Yeah.
Like I'd love to be able to take off somewhere, and it's like she's already informed me that, you know, first film I shoot overseas, like they're coming anyway. So I'm like, oh, okay, well that won't be as bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I definitely want to be able to do. I want to be able to, and that's, I think all the films I make is just it's my legacy for my son. I mean, everything.
Yeah.
You know, you can't unmake any of that stuff, and I want him to be proud of me. He says he is. He says he's my #1 fan.
He probably is.
Yeah,
I
sure.
think so.
Yeah.
I think so. I do love that boy. I think he's fond of me. But yeah, I don't know. I hope I'm still doing it. Like it would be fantastic to be able to just be, I mean, yeah, doing stuff on Shudder or Sci-Fi or something like that, or maybe making that bigger connection to where we're doing theatrical releases or something like that. Like it's, and maybe, you know, between all the advent of the technologies changing the way that that's happening, maybe drive-in theaters are going to make a comeback. I would love to have a drive-in theater film festival. Who out there wants to help me pull that off?
Wouldn't that'd be fun?
That would be
That'd
awesome.
be amazing. So yeah, I mean, I don't know.
You've said a few things that he and I are thinking about.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I was thinking too. I was thinking, oh yeah.
You said the pizza place.
Yeah, the mental note of some of these
the
things.
drive-in theaters.
Oh, the drive-in theater film festival. There's a whole idea. I've got a business plan prepared for Max Diablo's Tits and Taco Rama, topless taco bar, because there is not one single problem in the world, well, aside from coronavirus. But I can even make that a little bit better too. I can solve anything with the cutting and clever use of tits and/or tacos. So again, something I've written entire columns about. It factors heavily into the Hot Pink Jesus trilogy. But yeah. So I mean, I've got the business plans out there. We're just looking for the entrepreneurial spirit and probably some zoning laws. But I'm just the idea guy. I'm not the contracts guy.
Planning and zoning, we can get past that.
Yeah,
too.
no.
We deal with that all the time.
Always a reach around for the P&Z folks.
On a side note, too, one of the things, the phenomenon that you're talking about, that you're describing, is the golden handcuffs. You're talking about your the career, right? You know, you're fed, you're clothed, everybody's got their teeth. Your bills are paid, right? That's the golden handcuffs, man. That's, as an entrepreneur, as a business person, that's the trap,
right,
for employees, right? And I don't mean that to be derogatory. It's literally like we tell our own people, as long as you're part of my business plan, in some level, you're always just going to be a number, right? You factor into that. You're only going to be able to make so much for that position, no matter how much value you bring. But if I can get them to think differently, I would rather you be a partner and make $1 million a year with me. I can't pay you $1 million a year as an employee.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, and it's the. But so what ends up happening is the golden handcuffs to me is fear of loss of what you've got, and you get JOB is just over broke, so you get just enough to get by, right? To keep the roof over the head, and keep the car, and keep the bills paid, and teeth in your mouth, and all that good jazz, right? Food in your belly, and it stops some of that creative process that you might go into. For me, it was business. For you guys, obviously, it's your creative outlets. But that would be the challenge is
snapping those fuckers off.
Yeah, man. when it's time, you just break through them, man.
Yeah.
You use them. You use the golden handcuffs while you need them, and then when it gets time, you just got to break away.
Yeah.
Yeah. So because I went through that, I lost everything, and I had to work. I'm not going to say where, but I had to go to work somewhere, and it was soul crushing for 8 months. But my plan was, I got there. I was living during an 18-month period. I was living in my parents' garage.
It was a high-paying job.
It was a
job.
Yeah, it was a high-paying job, but still a job. And the problem became.
But you had that bitchin' garage apartment, though.
Oh man, my parents closed. My mom hates this story. My parents basically closed in what they call a 2-car garage. It's more like a 1.5-car garage, to be honest with you. You can't fit 2 cars in there, so you can't call it that, Mom. So it's a 1.5 car garage with a window unit, closed in, concrete floors, and literally out of my lake house, I lost everything. But out of the lake house, the one thing I get to keep, one of my younger brothers, Mitchell, cut out. Theoretically, Mitchell did it. Cut out all the carpet, and we just laid it on top of the concrete in the garage, literally, just so that we weren't walking on concrete. And
Right.
the furniture I was able to keep went on top of that carpet that was just laid there. And that's where we lived for 18 months, and 8 of those 18 months, I had to go get a job somewhere, a very high-paying job, but it was soul-crushing. But
Yeah.
let me tell you what happened, this crazy thing. At the end, the opportunities were there, the signs were there. I came in, this was March, my first day back to the real world for me was March 18th, 2016. So I just hit 4 years. And it was hard.
Mm-hmm.
It was hard to walk away from that job. It was hard. It was probably one of the hardest things I've had to do, to walk away from what I felt like was a security blanket, right?
Right.
And then for a little while, I had been brainwashed. You just get brainwashed with,
We just fall into a routine. Yeah.
yeah, man, you just get there. And so it took me probably a good 6 months to just get out of that funk, like out of that employee mentality that starts to happen.
Tried to refine your niche
Yeah,
too.
man,
you
you
like
gotta-
you kind of lost it,
Yeah, you just got to figure out who you are and how you move forward.
and how things have changed.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
Yeah, it was crazy, but I don't ever want to go back and do that again.
Yeah.
Because the golden handcuffs are strong, man. It's hard to walk away. I'm serious,
true.
man.
No, it's
I
very
feel like,
true,
and if
yeah.
you have to, the next time back, they may be even stronger. Maybe there's something to that.
Yeah.
So I don't want
Yeah.
to do it again.
No. Yeah.
Yeah. Rule number 1: don't lose money. Rule number 2: read number 1 again. So, but anyway.
And never put the handcuffs on.
Yeah, don't ever put the handcuffs on. Once you get them off, I'm all
Yeah.
about it, man. Do your hustle, grind.
You have to take them off at the right time.
Yeah, it's got to be the right
Yeah.
time, because if not, you're definitely putting them back on.
Yeah.
Yeah, so